Ever feel like your mind's just racing with a million different ideas, but at the same time, you just got to be like totally independent? Like you see the world in this totally unique way, and everyone else is just like playing catch up. If you get that, then this deep dive is for you. Welcome to ASTRALX, illuminating your cosmic path. I'm Solarian Zephyr, your cosmic strategist.
And I'm Lunaria Celine, your intuitive guide.
And in this deep dive, we're going to be exploring something really special, a unique astrological blueprint. Specifically for you, we're talking Gemini Sun and Aquarius Rising in the year 2025.
Yes. And we've got a whole bunch of amazing astrological reports and articles and insights to really delve into.
We're going to really unpack all of that, and our mission is to guide you through like the celestial landscape of 2025, give you some clarity, some empowerment, all based on your specific astrological combination.
And we're going to be looking at how those two signs, how that Gemini sun, that vibrant intellect and that curiosity, the love of words, how that blends with the Aquarius rising. That's the way the world sees you, that independence, the innovation, that forward-thinking approach, almost like challenging the norms.
Yeah, and 2025, it's like huge astrologically.
Yeah.
So many celestial shifts and like amazing opportunities for transformation and growth specifically for this combo. But okay, before we dive into all the juicy 2025 stuff, let's get back to basics for a sec. Like, what does it even mean to have a Gemini sun? What are we talking about here?
So think of your Gemini sun as like this central energy source, right? It's the core of who you are. And Gemini is all about the mind. You're constantly thinking, learning, exploring, and communication is key. You just love words, and you're really good with them.
Yeah, totally. Like, I always picture Geminis as these like sparkling conversationalists. Like their minds are just buzzing with ideas and like witty comebacks.
Absolutely. There's this mental agility, this quick wit that's so typical of Gemini. You're adaptable, you see all sides of a situation, and you can articulate your thoughts in a way that's just super charming.
I bet that makes you super fun at parties.
Probably. But it's not just about being the life of the party. This energy can also express itself in really nurturing ways, like fostering deep conversations or creating beautiful written works.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like Geminis are often like really good writers, right? Like
Yes.
they could just weave words together so effortlessly.
Totally. And sometimes that insatiable curiosity, like wanting to know all the details, all the gossip, it can get a little out of hand, but it really comes from a good place.
Yeah, it's not malicious. It's just like wanting to connect.
Exactly. It's that desire to connect and understand. And speaking of understanding, Geminis are known for being like jacks of all trades. They're interested in everything.
Yeah, which is awesome, but can also be a little overwhelming, I imagine.
Sometimes, but that's where that quick wit and adaptability comes in handy. You can easily navigate those challenges and keep things light and fun. There's this great quote that I think perfectly captures the Gemini spirit. The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled.
Ooh, I love that. Okay, so now let's talk about your Aquarius rising. This is how the world sees you, right?
Right.
Like first impressions.
Right. And with Aquarius rising, that first impression is usually, wow, this person is independent. Freedom is huge for you, and you're not afraid to march to the beat of your own drum. In fact, you kind of prefer it that way.
Yeah, you're definitely not a follower. You're a trendsetter.
Definitely. You have this unique perspective, this unconventional aura, like you're playing by a different set of rules, almost like an alien who just landed on Earth.
Yeah, you're like rocking it.
Oh, yeah. And this can manifest in so many different ways. Like maybe you challenge societal norms, or maybe you express your individuality through like crazy, awesome style choices.
Yeah, Aquarius risings are known for having like killer style.
Totally. And there's also this deep humanitarian side to you. You really care about the world and making it a better place.
Yeah, but I know some people see Aquarius risings as being like emotionally distant. Is that true?
It's not that you don't care. It's more like you need your space. You observe things from a detached perspective.
So it's more like objectivity than coldness.
Right. And beneath that cool exterior, you're actually a super kind and loyal friend. You'll always be there for the people you care about. And it all goes back to that freedom thing. Free spirits don't ask for permission. That's like the Aquarius rising motto.
Love it. Okay, so we've got this amazing combo, the Gemini sun, buzzing with ideas, and the Aquarius rising, marching to the beat of its own drum. How do those two energies like work together?
Well, the cool thing is that both Gemini and Aquarius are air signs. They're all about the mind, communication, and ideas. So there's this natural synergy there.
So it's like double the brain power.
Pretty much. You have Gemini's quick wit and Aquarius's innovative thinking. It's like a powerhouse of intellectual energy.
And how does that, like, play out in real life?
So you're able to take those big, innovative ideas and communicate them to others in a way that's clear and engaging. You're a bridge between the abstract and the practical. You might be drawn to, like, conceptual art or really out there ideas.
I can see that. But are there ever any, like, clashes between those two energies?
There can be. Gemini loves variety, wants to try everything, but Aquarius can be a bit more fixed, a bit stubborn.
And they both value freedom, but in different ways, right?
Exactly. Gemini wants the freedom to explore all those different ideas and experiences. Aquarius wants the freedom to do its own thing no matter what anyone else thinks.
So finding that balance can be a bit of a dance.
It is. But the good news is, with open communication, those two energies can work together beautifully. Like, there is this one story about a Gemini Sun, Aquarius Rising person who found deep healing and connection in a relationship with someone who really understood those two sides of their personality.
Oh, that's awesome. So it's all about understanding and communication.
For sure. And to help us really see how those energies blend together, let's look at some of the key characteristics that came up in the source material, kind of like a summary.
Perfect. Lay it on us.
All right, so when we look at your combined Gemini Sun and Aquarius Rising, some key themes emerge. You're an intellectually driven innovator. You communicate those unique ideas with clarity and conviction. You're open-minded and original in your thinking. And freedom is super important to you, both in thought and action. In social situations, you're engaging and intellectually stimulating. You connect with people based on shared ideals and innovative concepts. And potential challenges to watch out for, like we discussed, are indecisiveness meeting stubbornness.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then also expressing those deep emotions while honoring that need for independence. So now that we have a solid understanding of your core energies, let's dive into 2025. It's a big year astrologically.
Like huge EE. And we've got a whole bunch of celestial signposts to guide us. So tell me, what's going on with these lunar nodes everyone keeps talking about?
All right, so the lunar nodes, they switch signs every 18 months, and in January 2025, they're moving into Pisces and Virgo.
Okay, and what does that mean for our Gemini Sun, Aquarius Rising friend here?
So the North Node in Pisces, it's all about spirituality, intuition, healing, dreams, all that good stuff.
Sounds very Piscean.
It is. And the South Node in Virgo, it's about releasing perfectionism, letting go of those overly critical tendencies.
A bit of a balance between, like, head and heart.
Exactly. So for you, this means balancing that sharp Gemini intellect with your emotional and spiritual needs. Learn to trust your intuition more. Be kind to yourself. Not everything has to be perfect.
I love that. Okay, what else? What about Venus?
Venus goes retrograde this year, March 1st to April 12th. And it's in Aries, then back into Pisces.
Retrograde, that always sounds a bit scary.
It's not scary. It's more like a time for reflection. Venus rules love, values, creativity. So it's a time to reassess those things in your life.
So not the best time for, like, a new relationship or a huge financial investment?
Probably not, but it is a good time for introspection. Look back at past relationship patterns. Reevaluate your creative projects. What brings you joy? What do you truly value?
Deep stuff. Okay, Neptune. What's up with Neptune?
Neptune enters Aries on March 30th and stays there until October. This is a long transit, and it's all about dreams meeting action.
Okay, so how does that play out for our listener?
Well, it can inspire you to bring those amazing, innovative ideas into the world. You'll be full of inspiration and vision, but be careful of getting carried away by unrealistic expectations. Keep it grounded.
So dream big, but with a plan.
Yeah.
What about Saturn? Saturn's always the taskmaster, right?
Kind of. Saturn enters Aries on May 24th and stays there until September. And Saturn in Aries is all about discipline, responsibility, structure.
Time to get serious.
Yeah, but in a good way. It's about channeling that amazing intellect and innovation into concrete achievements. Set those goals and take action.
Okay, I'm feeling motivated already.
Good. And then we have Jupiter, the planet of expansion and opportunity, moving into Cancer on June 9th.
Okay, Cancer. It's like home, family, emotions.
Right. So this transit could bring some really beautiful growth and healing in those areas of your life.
So a focus on emotional well-being, creating a harmonious home environment.
Exactly. And lastly, we have Uranus, the planet of change and innovation, moving into Gemini on July 7th.
Wow, Gemini. That's a big one for our listener, right?
Absolutely. This could spark a whole wave of new ideas, unconventional thinking.
Like mind blown.
Pretty much. And it could also bring some unexpected changes, especially in the way you communicate or your immediate surroundings. So Be open to new opportunities. Embrace that Aquarian love of change.
Okay, so we've got a lot going on in 2025. But let's break it down a bit more specifically. How do these transits affect different areas of life? Let's start with love and relationships.
All right, so in love, 2025 is a year for deep reflection and growth. Remember, you need a partner who's both a lover and a friend, someone who respects your independence and can keep up with that brilliant mind of yours.
Yeah, and open communication is key.
Huge. And Venus retrograde is a great time to really look at your relationship patterns. What's working, what's not. And don't forget about your friendships, your sisters, or your support system. They get you. And then with Jupiter in Cancer, those relationships can deepen even further. You might feel a strong pull towards creating a warm, nurturing home environment.
Sounds lovely. What about career and purpose? Like, what kind of work is this astrological combo best suited for?
You have a gift for communication and innovation. So anything in those realms would be amazing. Maybe writing, media, advocacy, technology, science, even social justice or the arts. 2025 is a great year for making career moves, and Saturn in Aries will give you the discipline to really achieve those goals.
Yeah, use that Aquarian drive to make a difference.
Exactly, and your unique perspective is a huge asset.
Okay, now the less fun stuff, finances. How's 2025 looking in that department?
Well, Geminis aren't always known for their financial savvy.
Let's just say they prefer to focus on other things.
Right. But the second half of the year looks pretty good, thanks to Jupiter in Cancer. You might see some financial improvements, new opportunities.
So maybe hold off on those big purchases until after June.
Probably a good idea.
Okay, and now the most important thing, health and well-being.
Geminis are generally pretty healthy, but balance is key. Make sure you're taking care of yourself.
Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity.
Preach.
Oh.
And for Aquarius risings, there might be some minor health hiccups early in the year, but things will improve after June. So just pay attention to your body, prioritize self-care, exercise, and manage that stress.
Especially those digestive issues. Aquarius risings are prone to that.
They are. And now for the fun stuff, spiritual growth and self-discovery. 2025 is huge for this.
Tell me more.
The lunar node shift and Neptune in Aries, they're all about connecting with your intuition, exploring your spirituality. This is the year to shed those old patterns, embrace your authentic self, and trust your inner wisdom.
It's like a spiritual glow-up.
It is. And to guide you on this journey, we found some really cool voices of wisdom in the source material, specifically about the Gemini Sun Aquarius Rising combo.
Ooh, I love these.
So there's this ancient wisdom that calls Gemini the light of interplay, highlighting their ability to see both sides of everything and synthesize those different viewpoints.
Makes sense.
And Geminis are also associated with the second ray of love wisdom, so there's this underlying current of compassion and understanding that drives their communication.
Very cool.
And from a Western astrology perspective, having both your sun and rising in air signs really emphasizes that intellectual approach to life, that detached objectivity.
Yeah, but like we said before, it's not about being cold. It's about seeing things clearly.
Exactly. And one source said, Aquarius risings are thought to be clever, moral, unique, and a little aloof.
Yeah, I could see that.
And anecdotally, we see a lot of women with this combo intellectualizing their emotions, choosing careers where they can use their minds to solve problems and create positive change.
And they always have the best style.
Oh, for sure.
So to wrap this all up, what's the big takeaway for our listener? What guidance can we offer?
Dear listener, you are a powerful being with an amazing astrological blueprint. Embrace your Gemini intellect. Keep learning, keep communicating. Nurture your Aquarius independence. Do your own thing. Trust your unique vision.
Yeah, and remember, Venus retrograde is all about reflecting on those relationships and values.
Communicate openly and honestly.
Saturn in Aries is your time to shine, career-wise. Get those goals in order and take action.
And most importantly, prioritize your well-being. Listen to your body. Practice self-care.
You are on a unique and powerful journey. Trust your intuition and remember this affirmation for 2025. I am a woman of intellect and innovation. I communicate my unique truth with clarity and confidence, embracing my independence and illuminating my path with cosmic clarity.
Beautiful.
So we've covered a lot in this deep dive, but the key opportunities for 2025. Balancing intellect with intuition, deepening relationships, career advancements, prioritizing well-being, and embarking on a journey of spiritual growth.
It's about using that amazing Gemini mind and that innovative Aquarius spirit to create a life that's truly fulfilling for you and makes a positive impact on the world.
Absolutely. Embrace that unique combination of energy. And with all that in mind, I'll leave you with this final thought. With your ability to connect ideas and that drive for progress, what's one unconventional change you could champion this year? Something in your own life, or maybe even in your community? Think about it. Journey deeper into the celestial currents shaping your destiny.
Unlock personalized insights and navigate your path with celestial wisdom.
Receive your own in-depth recorded audio reading delivered directly to your email.
Discover the unique opportunities and challenges highlighted in your personal astrological blueprint.
Find purchase links in the description below and illuminate your cosmic path with ASTRALX.
ASTRALX, illuminating your cosmic path.
With Solarian Zephyr, your cosmic strategist.
And Lunarius Selene, your intuitive guide.